Nigeria's entertainment industry is experiencing unprecedented growth, generating billions of dollars and becoming a major contributor to the economy. But as the industry expands, questions remain about whether creators are truly benefiting from the value that they create. With challenges around royalties, intellectual property protection, piracy, and access to funding, many artists are still struggling to turn massive streams into sustainable income. Now, to unpack the gap between big numbers and real revenue, we're joined by Shola Bamidele, the CEO and creative director of Loom Rooms. Welcome. Okay.
Yes, that's the energy.
Thank you
That's
so
the energy.
much for
Good to have you,
joining
bro.
us.
Thank you.
Looking sharp.
Very.
100. 100.
All right, so we're going to start with a big question, right? How is it possible for an artist to have millions of streams but still earn what many would consider a very small amount of money?
Shikini money.
And
And we see your streams. Oh. Yeah.
So I think that the issue is like people visibility is not necessarily income. So that's where I feel there is an issue, especially with the African creativity sector. We pay more attention to the numbers as opposed to creating stars who become institutions, right? And I feel K-pop, the K-pop industry has been able to crack that. They are able to create beyond the stars. Right now, what we have are globally marketable stars, globally recognized with the Grammys and whatnot. But we're not building businesses around these brands. We're not building institutions that transcend just the now. When the CEO dies, who takes over, how does this now become a bigger thing? For a lack of a better, for not to mention examples though, but how is it that Iristar doesn't have like Iristar skirts? How is it that we're not marketing? How are we not creating beauty brands from that powerful brand, which I think she is? So that's pretty much what I feel the problem is. Everyone is just paying attention to the numbers, but the streams do not necessarily generate the income.
the money.
So you're saying that even if you have millions of streams, it doesn't automatically convert to money. Is that what it is?
It doesn't. It doesn't convert to money. It's like understanding infrastructure, understanding your team, understanding the brand, and that's where branding comes in play. One thing I've taken out time to study how Amber Grimes and other music exec, how they build brands, like Rihanna's brand, they have a 10-year trajectory of how that brand, the good girl gone bad, can transcend in 10 years. How we don't have that here. So it's like creating an institution. So whenever it is you see Rihanna do anything, even after 2 kids, you still see that, oh, it's still on brand. It still ties back to the rebel. So I feel in the end, yeah.
But I want to ask, right? I know that we want to encourage artists to build brands, to have a stronger ecosystem. But the thing that puts them in their face is the music. So how is it that this music is not making them money? Like, let's leave branding aside.
Right.
Why is music not converting
Into money.
to money?
I would pick from I'll talk from the point of Loom Rooms. I'm running this. We're going to be a year in 2 days. And from, thank you. It's a long way to go. But yeah, like from just the understanding, I think there's a lot of me as opposed to we. With music, with the artists, everyone wants to be a star. And for me at Loom Rooms, for we at Loom Rooms rather, the number one rule is you are not the star.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
You know, like star for work or fame now.
the artist is not the star.
You're not the star. How can
You want to cause problem.
How can you be the star when you're in the galaxy? Like, how can you settle for that? You get?
Okay.
That's the kind of mentality I'm trying to infuse into them, because I am mostly based in Amsterdam, and I see how their art is able to inspire the next generation. We go into the museums, and then we see how they show the young ones how they were able to take over, for a lack of a better word, take over like the African community, but they're training them from young to see that there's a mindset they're putting in them. How are we able for us to now send that into us? So coming back to the question of why are we not making music, it is a thing of music, first of all, is frequency. What message are we putting out? Do we understand that right now, if it's predicted to be a $4 billion industry by at least 2030, how are we working together collectively, not against ourselves, to build this industry and to own it. There's no ownership, there's no control over intellectual property, there is no merchandising, there are a lot of things just losing through the cracks. That's why.
But you've mentioned quite a number of things now, you know. So I want to know, because the money still comes in, right?
Yes.
It's just not a lot.
Yes.
Based off of the kind of numbers that they are making. Now, who are some of the major players that take a percentage from the streaming or the revenue that comes from their music that is out there before it gets to the artists themselves?
Okay, basically, a lot of things still ties into this distribution, right? How does the music get to the audience and where as well? It's some of these are like location specific. So the onboarding platform, you need to know all of these things and pay attention to copyright. You have to pay attention to ownership, pay attention to, what part of my percentage, your royalties and whatnot. So it's not particularly one, it's just knowing your own industry, which now begs the question, because I've spent time studying the streaming platforms and saying, how is it that right now we don't have one of ours in Africa?
Created by Africans for
Created by
Africans.
Africans for Africa. Why we not think? I'm sure there are a lot of people thinking towards that, but why is it not materializing?
So if I should, just to, jump off what Kate asked earlier regarding how the money is shared, because we've seen a lot of issues come up recently.
Yeah.
Artists calling out labels, labels breaking artists' leg. Everybody is saying it's not me that collected the money. Two brothers are fighting for money that got missing. Now, if there is a system that's supposed to, channel all the funds the right way, and the artist, as we all know, they are majorly focused on the art. They don't want to get into all the business part of it. But is it always a situation that the artist should be creating the content and now chasing after the business part of it so that he doesn't get played? Is that the case?
As a matter of fact, I think it is. That's the trajectory that I see we should be heading to. Every artist should be a business. That's what I mean by transcending just being a brand to an institution. You know the business. You should have a lawyer. You should have a manager. You should have meetings. You should be able to go over the records. You should know what this means in terms of percentage. How does this translate in form of sales? How is it that if this, my music video, the ideas that I have in my mind, and this is the cost for it, what does it take to generate that amount with income? Because in the end, we need to understand that this is still a business for people. People are investors are putting their money on it. They're putting their money in it. And like with creativity, there's a sense of, for lack of a better word, there's a sense of, when something like they come out for your pocket. So if you just take it like with levity. So it's that thing that I constantly see. It's just that, but if that one that touch you and they come out for your body, you go see the way they go change.
You go hold on well.
Exactly. So now imagine if you're having this amount of money put, now imagine, put yourself as an investor, putting this amount into someone else. That's why I say it's a we thing, not me.
So, Shola, can we say that the streaming platforms that we probably have right now, they have not created a fair system for African artists?
So, Shola, before you answer that, let's go on a break. When we come back, you're going to give us that insight. And I'm sure a lot of people have questions as well. You can send us your messages. What you think about this situation. If you're an artist, tell us, have they collected your money? Where's your money going? You want to find out? Shola is here to answer some of these questions with us. We'll be right back then. Right. Welcome back, people. It's still Take 3, and we're still here for you to give you all the biggest conversations. Yes, I said it earlier. You can send your questions, make your comments. The number is on WhatsApp right there, and you can also join us on YouTube. We're live. Share it. The biggest show in town right now. The most trending one.
Let them know.
Yeah, let them know. All right, still with us. We have the one and only. He's here to give us all the breakdowns. For all you young artists, we're talking about, the industry and revenue and where the money is going. Yeah. Kate, that's your question.
Yeah, I mean, I was asking from your creative experience and perspective as somebody who has been in the industry for a bit now, do you think that the streaming platforms that we have right now, since we don't have the ones from Africans for Africans, right? Do you think they're creating a fair system for African artists?
Simply put, I would answer with, what's it called now? Rihanna became a billionaire not from music, but from fashion. Why? Because she made a product that catered to all shades, especially black women. So is the music really tailored to the black audience? That's all I'm going to say.
So the streaming platforms, are you saying categorically that the streaming platforms they were not structured to favor black artists or black creatives?
In the end, there are a lot of things that go behind the scenes that I would not claim to know about, right?
Okay.
Of course, I don't know what it costs to host the platforms and whatnot, but I do know that at least for now, Sweden earns more streaming per stream as opposed to Nigeria. So it's like European countries and whatnot. So it begs a thing of, why are we not creating our own? Because I'm coming from a position of, why are we not creating? Why are we not owning our own platform?
I want to ask, you know, we have these conversations and this back and forth, and like you said, the European countries are earning more. Could it be argued that because we spend less on these platforms, because think about it, how many Nigerians actually have a subscription? And how much of that would you say, when converted into dollars, what are they making from us? Could that be the reason?
I think Spotify released the list, right? And we saw 10, that's 1.8 billion. They're making numbers, obviously. Like Africa, we have continually served with culture, with human resources, with natural resources. So it's really...
I think what I'm trying to say is not what are they making from us in terms of value. I mean, how much money are we putting, like the users of this product? Do you think that African users are putting enough money for our artists to actually have revenue from?
Money is traffic. Like, if we have the numbers, I mean, like the 1.8 streams, like, look, literally, Tyler, look at the streams, look at where did it come from? Are we putting enough money? But are we putting, attention is the new currency.
So you're saying that the fact that I can own a subscription and Kate is under my subscription, and Kemini is under my subscription, it doesn't matter compared to the fact that if she's streaming, Kemini streaming, I'm streaming, that's what these streaming platforms would, should focus on, not how much they're making. If she had her own subscription, I had, wouldn't that make more money for them as well?
I would say, based off my experience across like at least some countries in Europe and in Nigeria, I have more Nigerians who are on the streaming platforms than those in Europe.
Really?
Yeah.
And they pay?
They pay.
Okay.
Okay, we're so pressed for time. This would be our final question to you, Shola. Looking ahead, what do you think needs to change in the African music ecosystem for creators to move from simply generating streams to building real wealth?
I think we should pay attention to capital. I think the government should be invested in creative hubs. We need to start breaking it down, studying the likes of the Rockefellers and how they were able to say, you know what, I'm not going to be digging into the ground to look for oil, I'm just going to become the supply chain, right? Okay. Let's now look at creative hubs. Let's go down, let's move from the island, right? Let's move to the mainland, let's go into Egbeda, let's go to Ikorodu. There are a lot of...
Are you hearing? True.
There are a lot of talents there. And let's train them. It's not just creativity. Look, I have the belief that everyone is a creative. An Agbero, for lack of a better word, an Agbero is more accurate than Google Map. So, like, how can...
Wow. Okay. I think that because of time, we need to go. But let me just quickly read this message. Someone sent it in. He said, million streams, shikini money. That's the reality of creatives, but must think out of the box and explore means of getting adequately paid. That's what he said. And the other person who sent us a message earlier, because let me just read this. He said he was responding to Chidima's conversation. He said, well, I tired for Chidima. Must she stay there? People say they don't want you. You still go there. Even if they finally give her citizenship, does she think she's safe? Look at how they booed her out of the court premises. Haba, she no tifo, Emmy from Kano.
The protesters.
Thank you, a huge protest. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Shola. Thank you
for having me.
Breaking it down
Thanks for coming.
and letting us know that we are not the stars. we are the galaxy.
Yeah.
On that note, guys, thank you for joining us on today's show, and we're going to be back here again tomorrow, Kate's favorite day, Friday, and we're going to be giving you all the vibes and chills.
We need to give them a heads up. It's also Maver's birthday.
It's also Maver's birthday, our producer. Ladies and gentlemen, see you guys tomorrow.